Hello and welcome to another episode of the Not For Nothing podcast. Today, I wanted to start off with a saucy topic. What are some forbidden fruit type foods? Like foods you're not allowed to have, but you're dying to try. And you're not allowed to have them for a variety of reasons, whether it be health, religious, cultural, social.
Prosciutto.
Or like...
Easy.
And you've never had it in your whole life?
Salami. Mortadella.
What have you...
Sausage. Bacon. Ribs.
Fiending for pork.
Yeah. I would like to try pork. Too many things gross me out about it. And then there's the religiousness. And then there's like holding on to the semblance of vegetarianism that I had for so long that I have to say I don't have something. You know what I mean? Like I can't just not have a dietary restriction after having one for so long.
Literally right before starting to record, she was like, I can't wait to eat meat.
Yeah, I'm like looking forward to beef bulgogi tonight, but at least I don't have pork.
You're really missing out though.
I am. What are your forbidden fruit?
I mean, it used to be pork, and then I gave up on my religious rules.
What about health?
But health, now I'm not supposed to have pork, but...
What about, like, you can't even really have eggs.
Why not? Oh, because the cholesterol? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of foods I'm not supposed to have, like eggs, bacon, anything with spice, anything with flavor, anything with fat.
Okay, so she chooses to live a joyful life rather than a joyless life, and I can't blame her.
I'm like, I'm sick, but I'm happy.
Exactly, but I'm free. Like,
but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I wonder when I'm gonna finally crack and have like an Italian meat sub.
I'm surprised that you haven't had one either.
My sister's also surprised. She's like, "What are you holding on to at this point?" And I'm like, "Can't tell you, but it's."
It's also like my grandma had rules where it was like she would eat like cured pork meats and stuff like that and bacon, but like she drew the line at like a pork roast. She was like, that's too much pork.
I would say that would be better than cured meats.
Yeah, but that's good, you know. Cured meats are like a treat.
Yeah, but like I feel like that's almost the most like ravenous way to eat something is to be like, I'm just gonna eat a handful of it. You know? But whereas like a roast, at least it's like over like
vegetables.
Potatoes, vegetables, like it's more of a meal. I would never eat a pork chop though.
Yeah.
Too pink.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm not a pork chop
I've
girl.
never had one.
Me either.
I do love ribs though.
Me too. That one time I had it at medieval times by accident.
Yeah, I didn't know they were pork when I was a kid, and I don't know why my parents allowed me to eat them, and then it was suddenly like, wait, I don't think.
Is there a point in not eating pork if you're Jewish, but if you don't keep kosher?
It's like a level of keeping kosher.
Okay, I see.
So it's like...
It's more like on the pyramid of kosher. Okay, got it.
The baseline one.
Got it.
And that's like the one most people do.
Right.
Is the no pork, no shellfish.
I forgot shellfish is part of it.
And then like I would say level 2 is like the no dairy and meat.
Right. And then level 3 would be
like actually having kosher
certified
meat.
kosher rather than like kosher practices.
Yeah. Which I often buy the halal or kosher meat at the grocery store.
Yes.
I don't know why, but I'm like convinced it's from like a smaller farm, so it's probably healthier.
It's actually probably true.
Right? And most the price is relatively the same. Like,
and it's like it's just I mean, it doesn't matter, right? If something is prayed over, the intentions are good.
Yeah, I don't know.
It doesn't matter what religion prayed over.
Exactly. Sometimes it's not even I'm like, I'm not Muslim, but like, it looks healthier.
It looks healthier, and like, thank you for blessing my food. I appreciate that. Like, you had better intentions at the slaughter.
Yeah, than like Purdue.
Yeah. Definitely.
So it's like a little better.
Yep.
But I'm trying to think what else is a forbidden food. I had a minor like intolerance allergy to shrimp growing up, but then it like went away.
Really?
Yeah. And now I'm like, love shrimp.
I made bang bang shrimp the other day.
So good. I saw on TikTok.
Very good. And extremely easy. I never realized how easy of a recipe it is.
Yeah.
The hardest part is obviously cleaning the shrimp.
You know, shrimp actually has a lot of cholesterol.
Does it?
Yeah, it's such a bummer.
That is a bummer. And I'm not obsessed with the texture of shrimp, but I force myself to like shrimp because the macros on shrimp are amazing. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. Like probably better than fish. Like I'm just like 5 shrimp is like 40 grams of protein or something. It's insane. So I'm into shrimp for that reason.
Yeah.
And my hack now is using what would be served as shrimp cocktail
Yes.
in shrimp recipes. No cleaning involved.
Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like buying
cooked,
pre...
It is cooked technically already, and it is also deveined and depuped. Yeah. And all you have to do is just take off the tail, and I can manage that.
I get like frozen shrimp a lot.
Is it kind of the same situation, just not cooked?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never done that. I think that's my next step.
That's your next step. And then what you do is you either thaw them in the fridge or you just like run them under cold water.
Right.
Like that. People get scared about doing that, but it's really not that like... No. Just don't put hot water because you don't want to cook them.
Right. And even if you cook it...
You're about to cook them more.
Exactly. So. It's just like, okay, you just might make it tougher, but you're not making it a health problem. Like my worry is like the health risk. Like I feel like I would mismanage meat. So that's like my...
Oh, you know what's my big forbidden food right now?
What?
Oysters.
Oh, big one. I'm with you on that.
I'm fully out. Like, it's done. I cannot. I have known now too many people who have gotten extremely sick this summer. And without counting the actual people who have died in the state of New York and like on the East Coast, like I'm done. And I loved oysters.
Wow, dude. You're better than me.
And I just think, unfortunately, and I hate to say this, but like global warming and like what's going on with the waters and like the way we're like treating our just like food production in general. There's like it's not like
there's a lot of craziness going on.
Yeah, like the water is not where it should be for these because they take all they're like water purifiers.
Right.
And it sucks because I love them. And
I don't think I'm ready to give it up completely. Yeah. I will maybe once or twice a year take that risk.
Ugh, and I want one so bad.
You might have to take the risk here and there. You know, don't be so strict on yourself.
Yeah, but
be careful.
What people should know is that you're actually never supposed to eat them in the summer.
Never knew that. Summer's prime time for oysters.
Exactly, but it's actually like you should be only eating them in like the BER months.
Whoa.
Yeah.
First of all, I never thought of the calendar that way.
Yeah.
The Burr months.
Yeah. So in like Belgium, for example, now you have mussels year round because it's like artificially farmed or like like
oysters, not
but also mussels.
Mussels.
But it used to be in Belgium you couldn't find mussels like out of the months of BER.
Are mussels also scary right now?
No, it's just like comparing like the way
making sure.
Like the way we used to consume things used to be so much more seasonal. And like I think that also prevented like overstretching the way that we handle food and production and stuff like that. Right. And maybe we should have oysters in BER months.
I'm kind of with you, and like I think I'll start doing that.
So like
luckily we're in the Burr months right now.
For like French, Belgian people, it's like a traditional like New Year's meal. Like having oysters on like the 31st.
And the last day of the Burrs.
Exactly. Wow. But it's like, you know, I feel like we associate in New York so much to like summer happy hour.
Right.
But it's actually maybe more of a winter food.
Love that reframing.
Yeah. And maybe that's when it's safer to consume. Because I miss them so much.
Can we go out for like a really good fondue?
Oh my God. But we can also make.
We could make. I've never made. Oh, and I know you're like good with the making.
Oh, yes. And I have the machine at my parents' house.
We need to have a fondue party.
Yeah. We bought last year for my dad a raclette machine, which is
I think you told me about this.
So good.
For his birthday, right? When you got all of the
cheese.
Bresaola?
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Bresaola? I don't know. You told me. It's Italian.
I don't know. No one knows about it.
But it might be called different amongst more Italians.
The Italian Americans don't know about this.
About cured beef?
They're not into the cured beef. They only care about ham. They only care about pork, rather.
I'm wondering if it's because in Europe there's more like Muslim Italians.
Very interesting.
You know what I mean?
Never thought about that.
Because that's like a big part of the consumption of it is the Muslims and the Jews. Like,
has to be. We love beef.
And there's also like in the south of France, there's like this whole culture of like duck salami. Like
I would try.
Like all alternatives to like
pork.
And it's so
would try because duck is very greasy.
It is very good.
And like I imagine it cures very well.
It's so cool. It's like so fun to be able to go somewhere and be like, I can have all of it.
That is really sick. Yeah, I love that.
Like halal butchers in France, that's where you need to go.
I've never been to France, but I would like to go one day.
And eat meat. I would like us to go together and
would love.
Eat all day.
Would love.
But weed needs to be legalized first.
Yeah, and like
and money needs to be flowing first too, because I
All
want
of
to be
that.
I want to be not thinking about anything while we're there.
Yes, great idea. I love that idea.
Goals.
Very much. We're manifesting that. While we're talking about beef, we may as well talk about the other way of beef, which is I will fight you.
I thought you were going to talk about the beef tallow.
No, we'll get there.
But no, the beef fights.
Beef. Where's the beef? The beef is in the comment section of my TikTok.
Yeah.
I posted a hot take the other day, and I should have known just by the hashtags that I used that I was going to get some hatred. And I'm sorry. It's very on brand for me to hate Disney. Everyone knows that.
Agreed.
Everyone knows that. It's not like a new thing. I don't like Disney. This isn't targeted at one person. It's actually targeted at many. Anyone who is an adult who is into Disney, I think you have a problem. I think there is something wrong with you. And that is also, I'm not yucking your yum. I just think there's something wrong with you.
But what's funny too is like, I didn't even see it as a hot take, what you posted.
Thank you.
Like it really didn't
This is why we're friends.
It's like, it wasn't controversial. It was, you're just expressing your opinion.
It's my opinion.
And so it was crazy because I was in class when this was happening and I hadn't seen the original video. And then you were saying like all these people were up in your comments. I went to your profile and then I was like,
what's the video?
What video?
Right.
And then you were like, and I was like, oh, this?
They give a shit about that?
Like, you're just like in your house. Like, you were also not, like, you'll see controversial mom posts where it's like, your kid is like not buckled up or like, you're letting your, and I'm like,
there's like there's like legit mom shaming happening. And I'm sitting here and I look at the camera and I'm like, it's a low quality video.
Yeah.
I don't have a ring light on. The thought crossed my mind and I needed to get it off my chest.
It was like a tweet in video form.
Exactly. It was like a brief thought where I was like, you know what? I hope this Christmas no one buys my son something with like characters on it. Like any character.
Yeah.
Like any Disney character, any cartoon. Like my son's favorite show is Bluey.
Love that he's a Bluey kid.
He's a major Bluey boy. And
Bluey's great.
It is. It's educational.
It's a very
sweet.
good show.
There's like, and it's fun. Like it teaches you kind of how to be a fun parent also. So I'm watching the show like, and I know people are like, oh, he loves it. Maybe I'll get him like Bluey pajamas. And I'm just thinking like, I hope they don't because I just don't like dressing my kid in character clothes. Like they could play with toys that have like character toys. That's fine by me. Anything pretty much will fly in terms of that. But I just have a higher standard for the way he's dressed. I'd rather him wear more neutrals or like if you're wearing characters, it'd be like a character that doesn't exist. Like he has so many dinosaur clothes.
Yeah, like a weird astronaut. Like
yeah, exactly. Like characters can be on it, but not like
not a licensed
copyrighted
brand.
characters. Yeah. Don't buy him a Lilo and Stitch onesie. Like
no characters, just Carhartt.
Exactly.
Needs to be your bio.
Thank you. So my Carhartt boy was like, I was just like, I hope that's not weird, but I'm like, am I the asshole? Immediately, 2 people comment on it.
It was nuts.
Immediate. Like this video had like under 300 views.
And these were people who don't follow
They don't follow me.
So it was like they
found it because of the hashtags I used.
Which is, you want to share what the hashtag was?
#Disney, #DisneyAdult. Oh my God. So first someone comments on it and goes, and talk about mom shaming. This woman doesn't even know me. She goes, well, and I hope she knows she's made it to a podcast just from her comment. Like your comment that you've deleted now has fired me up so much that I'm bringing it to a more public platform.
Yeah.
My 1,000 Instagram followers are going to be hearing about this. So basically we go, she's like, oh, honey. And she has like 4 kids, I found out, like on her page. She's like, if that's what you're worried about, you've got a long road ahead of you. First of all, no shit, I've got a long road ahead of me. My son is 6 months old.
At no point did you say you were worried.
I'm not concerned with this. I asked if I'm the asshole, and potentially I am. You could agree with me on that. But you're not going to tell me that in parenting, this is what I'm worried about, and I have a long road ahead of me.
Because it's not like you were saying like, oh, what should I do? My kid only has character clothes and I hate it. Like I'm stuck. Like you were just like, I have this thought. Let me just.
I'm not into it as a parent.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
And like, I feel like it was almost also to let other parents who feel that way feel validated that it's like okay to feel that way and like not have to be, you know, like get there's so much like I feel like pressure given to moms now because of mom TikTok of like what items you need to get. Like
Right.
everybody has that like special like bento box looking lunchbox that costs like $60, and it's like no one needs that. Use the free lunchbox you got at the bank. Like
right. And I'm basically saying, I'm not even saying there's something I want. I'm saying there's something I don't want.
Yeah, it was, I don't know why. And that's why I'm so scared of moms on TikTok.
They're the meanest group.
They're the meanest group. I feel like they're also, and this might be a big generalization, but like probably in a like stressed mindset and like trying to like de-stress on TikTok, and you're like starting beef with people.
Bro.
It's just an energy I'm not trying to seek out. And why are you getting so fucking mad?
So then I just responded and I was like, dude, it's like a personal preference. Like, I simply don't like it. Like, you're entitled to like what you like. And I can already see on her profile, our last trip to Disney, we went to Disney.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, this has hit the algorithm.
Right. I'm like, you have a problem. Like I mentioned earlier, like this is like, it's a mental disorder. And I just responded very like, dude, like it's my choice. Like you got yours.
Yeah.
She replies and she goes, well, we all need a little magic in our lives. Some of us have Disney, others have Staten Island. And then she put an upside down smiley.
Yeah.
And that's when my blood started to boil.
That comment is like ingrained in my mind.
Some of us have Staten Island.
Like it is not only so disrespectful and classist and just like.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? Oh, that some people can afford Disney?
No, some people want to be there. And she's like, I think she's basically alluding that I'm finding magic in Staten Island. And that's which she's considering a dump.
Yeah, like it was very weird. I'm like, have you ever been to Staten Island? Do you even know what you're talking about? Like,
so I go to her profile because I'm like, you search deep into my profile to find that. It's not like I have Staten Island written anywhere. It's on videos where I'm talking about I want a Staten Island mom talk. And like here and there, but you have to be watching my content to know that. So she clearly gives me a whole bunch of views. So I'm like, I'll return the favor. I'll give her some views and find out her story. Her bio, Dominican flag, and the Statue of Liberty.
Okay, so you're like, New York.
You live in New York? And then I look through her videos and I see the locations tagged. This bitch lives near Newburgh.
Upstate?
Newburgh, New York. Why are you even using the Statue of Liberty? You would have to travel 3 hours to see the Statue of Liberty from where you live. So I got someone hating on Staten Island when they don't even live in a borough. You live in upstate New York? Why don't you go find magic in the mountains up there? Where you can't even get cell service? Go enjoy.
But it's also like, why are you even having this like combative attitude?
Why are you going to hate from outside the Mickey Mouse Club when you can't even get in?
Yeah, people just are so territorial about it. And it's also like characters could be not Disney. Also,
I mentioned Bluey is not a Disney character.
Like it was a very weird conversation.
It was really crazy. And then she really lost her mind. It was like, well, some of us have sick kids and we need clothes for our kids. And I'm like, you can't find like basic staple clothes for your sick kid and it's unidentified sickness, by the way. Are you talking about a physical disability?
But it's also like you said nothing about like, I do agree that there's like a sense of magic with these like sick kids going to Disney. That's a whole other thing. Like realm, none of my business. But it has nothing to do with character clothing.
And I have a feeling she's not going to Disney for her kids. She's going for herself.
Well, they all are.
Because she would be like, going on a hubby picked me up for a date at Disney. He surprised me with a trip. I'm like, that's not for your kids. Your kids are just coming with you.
It's disgusting.
So yeah, I think I'm going to start hating the Disney moms more than the Disney adults at large.
In general, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's the TikTok mom beef.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. We're going to leave beef and go to broccoli. We got a little beef and broccoli in this episode. I saw somebody, I know we've talked about how like all young kids have the same haircut now.
Yeah.
All boys.
Yeah.
Somebody referred to it as the broccoli head.
It looks terrible.
It does look terrible, but I'm glad there's finally a name for it.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, when you get to the gym early and you think you beat everybody by going at a great time, but instead you see 6 broccoli heads leaving and all in matching athleisure. And I was like, wow, that's a good take.
A good one.
It is beef and broccoli season, by the way. It's time to take the Tims out. It is cold.
It is so cold.
It's cold.
I'm kind of here for it though.
It's also a really cold world. When you cold
what a
world,
transition.
Thank you. Cold world, no Snuggie. We got professors out here.
Oh my god. I was like, I wonder where you're gonna take this.
Professors married? Do we know if that in the lore if they're married?
I think she's engaged to somebody else. Not to him.
Does her fiance know?
I have no idea. But start the lore from the beginning.
You start the lore, actually.
I feel like I'm not as well versed, but I can tell you what I know.
All right, tell me what you know, and I'll fill in the blanks.
So from my understanding, there's this professor at UCF, right? University of Central Florida, to give you an idea of where we're at geographically.
Yeah, of the community involved.
And he has a TA.
Okay.
Who is like a Hello Kitty furry vibe.
Got it. And you know the type.
And the little backpack. And they are apparently having some extracurricular activities together.
Do you know what he teaches?
No, do you?
No.
What's the lore that you know? Have I missed any details?
No, you're right on track. This is all I know so far.
Yeah, this is all I know too. And so apparently there was a different TA, and then like then she came into the picture, and yeah, it's all very weird.
Oh, do you know the next part?
No.
Oh, the Hello Kitty girl was leaving. You know how like professors have their office where you can come in for office hours? There was art displayed on the door and inside the office that was Hello Kitty photos.
Okay.
Drawings.
Yeah.
And they would be like, "Love you, Daddy, DADIE."
Okay.
Like, so she was leaving notes for him and he was displaying them like children's art, but it was his TA.
Okay.
And people were wondering if they had anything like extracurricular going on. Because you call your professor Daddy.
Yeah.
I think that's where we'll end that topic. Do your own research. I can't go into it more like mentally. Like it's just a little too far.
It's getting a little out of hand.
That's probably getting footy.
Definitely footy and a little too furry for my taste.
I have one last thing that I want to touch on before we depart for the week.
Okay.
And that is, a lot of people are saying like, oh, cheetah print is back.
Yeah.
First of all, it never left. That's number one. It never left if you're a real one.
Very true.
Secondly, I'm seeing this trend where people are like, I'm not like other girls. I'm very particular about my cheetah print.
I'm very demure.
I'm very demure. I'm particular about my cheetah print. And my question is, what do you mean? Like, yeah, there are different grades of cheetah print.
Yeah.
Right? Like some are more like Lisa Frank vibe.
Yeah.
Others are not. Like, so there's different colors, different shapes.
Yes.
And there's obviously the classifications that people are getting into, like what leopard versus cheetah. Yes,
that's also very true, which I didn't really know that there would be a difference.
And I don't think that ever really matters. Because there's a time and place for all. And that's what I want to say. Low grade cheetah print or, cheetah print, whatever. I don't even know what people really mean when they say I'm particular about my cheetah print. That's my first
also true
issue here. What do you mean? Secondly, don't be classist about cheetah print. There's a time and place. And again, if you were a real one, you would know that.
I agree. I've never been a big cheetah print wearer. I would like to be. I had cheetah print slippers when I was a kid.
Any other animal prints you fuck with?
But I was telling you earlier, I love a cow print.
Love that for you.
Yes, for me.
A person of my size can't like cow print.
But as we were saying,
it's not allowed.
I don't wear cow print.
No, it's against the fat rules to even be around.
Be around cowness.
Yeah, exactly. There's enough.
But I'm more of like a
Brizzola to go around.
I'm more of like a pattern person. Like
I know. You are a pattern person.
I'm a big stripe, checkered.
Very true. You
I'm very geometric. But that's why I'm not opposed to leopard.
An accessory.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the way you do that.
Like I love plaid.
Same.
But I like the cheetah resurgence. But
Me
I
too.
agree people are being a little classist about it.
And it's like this is not your place to be classist.
And
if you were a year-round, every year cheetah print wearer, you're able to make that call.
And also, stop trying to be a mob wife.
Like, enough.
Like,
But I will say the best part about the cheetah print resurgence is the availability
yes.
of so many things in cheetah print, which I am, I'm adding more to my closet now that I will continue to wear years from now.
That is very true. That's how I feel about the checkeredness. I'm like, it's annoying that everybody's wearing checkered, but it's also much easier to find checkered things.
Yes. And in college, did you have any themes in your dorm room ever?
No.
You were just like move in and throw your shit
I would
in.
put like photos on the wall.
Okay.
And like some, cheesy artwork.
My freshman year of college, my roommate, who was my friend from high school, and again, she's born and raised in Staten Island. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn. She went to school in Brooklyn her whole life, so that's how we knew each other. And then we go to good old Long Island for college, so it's like a trifecta. My side of the room in a double, so there's just 2 beds in a room. No wall, no privacy, nothing. My side was leopard print. Her side was zebra print.
Love.
And it was really looking like a Jersey club.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it really was.
Did you do it every year? Or
I only had a roommate. No, that's not true. I had a roommate my first 2 years. But my second year I didn't like buy new things. I just took all of my stuff and
did you do
phased some things out.
Did you do the pattern and stuff?
Like I kept my cheetah print blanket, but like that was just like my blanket. I didn't want to get a new one and like I didn't like go as hard though.
Isn't that crazy though? You don't realize that like that first year you're buying stuff.
Those become your belongings.
Like I had the same fucking like navy blue floral sheets from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'm like, why do I fucking have these?
So you still have it?
No, I did like up until my last year.
Wouldn't judge it because I still. Well, yeah, I guess you're not sleeping in an adult twin bed anymore.
Yeah,
but are you
currently?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, well, you did go back to school, and then maybe she is on twin bed, twin XL.
No, it's my bed from LA.
Okay. All right. So full queen.
It's the
Slay
best.
queen. I have a queen too. It's the best.
And being alone, it's incredible.
Yes, I do need a king size bed now. That I will say. Yeah. But yeah,
Ava just upgraded to king as well.
It's the very adult thing to do. Yeah. My sister upgraded,
especially
as well.
if you have a partner and you have like pets.
I think they did California king. My sister.
That's cool. It's just hard sheet wise.
I'm like, great.
Yeah.
You guys have the space for it currently, but when you move back to New York in a year, what the fuck are you gonna do with that?
You can sell it.
I guess. Yeah. True. Yeah, but it's that's why I don't want to get one.
No,
I'm like,
king would be the largest I would go until I'm like settled somewhere where I'm like,
I'll be here for a few years.
Not doing the sheets myself. Like,
whoa. If I had that, you know what? That's a nice way to manifest.
Yeah. California king is when you're not changing your own sheets.
Wow, bro. I think we deserve that daily luxury before we can afford a maid. She's like, you shouldn't be comfortable sleeping at night until you're a millionaire.
But it's just so much harder to change the sheets.
That's very true.
And you know how I feel. You know how I feel about changing my sheets.
Daily.
Oh my God, if I could, I would.
Yeah, we need to get to the point where I have a washer dryer in unit or even in building. And then I'll talk about a California king.
And this is your annual reminder to wash your sheets and at least change your pillowcases try to do every week.
Yeah, try.
Just the pillowcases.
Yeah. Or buy enough pillowcases. That's something you can buy many of.
Yes. That you can just
swap them out
and put
then
them in the laundry bin.
Wash all at the same time.
That's what I do. Because your skin will thank you.
Well, thanks for another great episode of the pod. We'll see you next Tuesday.
And
like, comment, subscribe. Show us some love. Also send your topic ideas.
Yeah.
If we are going to be addressing some topics that are sent in from our listeners. So feel free to drop us a line. We are going to work on getting a number and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, it's always fun to hear what y'all are thinking.
It is.
So talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.